Hello all, how are we tonight? Let's just bring this a little bit closer. Oh, and everything's falling off the floor. So how's everyone? Hope you're well. Let's have a look. Now. So, welcome to my room. I'm doing this a little bit different tonight. I thought I'd do a live chat actually from YouTube. My mute button's not even working. Yeah, take it off. Let's try that again. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Let's turn things up a little bit. Turn up my mic. No, that should be working okay. So, what have we got for you tonight then? Well, I bought some more Master of the Universe figures. I thought you might want to have a look. Just going to turn this one up. There. That's better. I can hear myself now. So, I thought do it from YouTube tonight rather than StreamYard. It takes so long to set everything up. So, I thought I'd do it from StreamYard. So I'm sure this is working okay. Right, so what have I got to show you tonight then? Well, I'll just turn around and get on with it. I might turn this brightness down on my thing. Hold on a sec. If my controller's around, it should be around somewhere. Controller, where are you? Well, it was around last time I looked. Because at the moment, I'm looking really bright. There it is. So if I do this, is that making it look any better? Or that's better. So here we are. Welcome to my humble abode. This was my man cave. Sorry, I've got dust everywhere. Right, so yes, I went and bought some more Master of the Universe stuff. So let me show you. It's over here. So here we go. My tears just dropped. And I'm going down, down, down. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Just set. Oh, I'm really organised tonight, aren't I? Chair, will you stop dropping? You're doing me in now. Let's pop her up there for a minute. Sorry, everyone. Okay. And I'm back in the room. So what did I buy? Well, I couldn't afford the flop version because the flop version was about 60, 65 pounds, I think. So what have I bought? I have bought Panther. So here we have Skeletor sitting on Panther now. Panther, I think it's exactly the same as Battle Cat and Cringer. It's the same face and everything there. It's just in a different colour. It's just in a purple colour. and it does quite suit Skeletor sitting on there. Actually, it does look, you know, it suits him. I think does the same thing as Battle Cat does. The head still moves all over the place because it's on a ball joint, and the neck can move as well. You can have him down and up, looking up, and everything. Um, the mouth still opens, so you can have that huge growl that he has, and closes. So that opens and closes quite well. And the legs about the same as Battle Cat as well. It's just such a shame that Mattel couldn't do ball jointed legs, ball jointed feet, because that would have made such a difference, wouldn't it? You could have had even more posability. But I suppose it's fair enough. It is for it's a child's collection, because it's not as accurate as the classics line. The classics line's more accurate, but I still think it's pretty good, reasonable likeness, and it is more or less the same. Well, it's bigger than the original, but it's still in that same fashion. So that's Panther. Just get his legs back the way they should be. If I don't do that, he doesn't sit properly. There we go. Panther Sapper. No, that's good at all. And the second one I've got it already, but I've got the original Sorceress rather than stick my hand up to make sure the colour's better. There you go. It's the original Sorceress rather than the Castle Grayskull Sorceress, and she's in her original colours, so beautiful looking figure there, and she's in her original Zora colours, which makes it life a lot easier. You know, if I bring her up here, you can see it a lot better. Too far back, she looks too pale. Yeah. But yeah, these are the two figures that I've had recently. I only got them this week, and that's another two to add to my collection. I'm waiting for one more. I'm waiting for Fisto to turn up. When Fisto will turn up, I don't know. It's due probably on Thursday, but when he comes, I'm sure I'll do another video of that as well. So let's pop him on here. So I've chosen to do to collect Masters of the Universe. There was a reason for it. It was because of the fact that Doctor Who character options, Doctor Who seems to be few and far between now because of the new series being taken over by Russell T Davies. It's not come out yet, and he's letting out little dribs and drabs of things, but at the moment everything is well, it's going according to Russell's plan, but what they've done is overshadowed Chris Chibnall's era now, which is, well, they needed to do that really because, as we all know, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, we all know Chibnall's Doctor Who has not been spectacular. It's not been brilliant. So what they've done is basically overshadowed it, and a lot of figures, even the classic line figures now, excuse me, even the classic figures now from the classic line that character options are doing have been stopped and delayed, and they say they're not due out till September. But it wouldn't surprise me if it didn't come out at all. So I think they're going to stop at some point and not do any more, which is a bit of a shame. But there you are. So what's happened recently this week? Well, I went into work on Tuesday and was told my hours have been dropped now, so I'm no longer working 30 odd hours a week. I've now dropped, so I've got 3 days off now. Whether or not that's a good thing, I don't know. I don't particularly believe it is. It's not really beneficial. Um, so yeah, it's one of the drawbacks of working for um, a considerably sized company is the fact they can take you on for as many hours and let you work overtime. They took me on for a contracted amount of hours, and it's 20 hours per week. But then started giving me overtime, and it was getting more and more overtime. And I was working 35 to 36 hours a week. And now they just like that, they've taken it away, given me 24 hours notice that they've stopped all overtime. So now I'm on virtually nothing. So anyway, what I want to do now, carry on, is to check to make sure that my sound is on because I can't hear myself. So give me a sec here. Hello. Hello. Yep, I'm on. I'm on, and I'm working okay. That's fine. Um. So yeah, they dropped my hours, and I'm now back to working 20 hours a week, which means I've got an extra day off um per week now, which means I've gone back to working 4 days a week and 3 days off. So for the next 2 days, I'll be planning on doing things like doing my garden again, gives me more time to work in the garden, and give me more time to clean my car. So there is a bit of a plus in that, and gives me more time to do some more housework and catch up with the housework, which I think we've needed to. Yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better. I'm gradually getting over the events that happened recently. My father passing away. I've managed to. I'm getting over it now. It's taken long enough, but I'm actually accepting the fact that he's gone. I'll keep in contact with my mother and my sister. I'll give them a ring every week, make sure they're fine and they're okay. Looks like they are. My youngest son's just recently joined the army, so this is come tomorrow will be his third week into it, and so far as I know, he's enjoying it. Although he did make me laugh. He said, "Dad," he said, "there's a good bunch of people I'm with, boys and girls. The only problem is I can't understand them because they're all from the Midlands or from the North, and I can't understand what they're talking about. They talk too fast." So I said to him, "Look, son, just ask them to slow down a little bit. Ask them to talk a bit slower, and then you'll understand more about what they're talking about, and hopefully you can get more involved." So I think he's taking that advice on board. But I'm really proud of him. I'm proud because he knows what he wants out of life, and he knows what to do, and he knows what to do to get it, and he's in the middle of doing it. So um, big kudos to him. So apart from that, it's been another normal week, as it were. Not much happening. These videos will still carry on, although I'm going to have less of toys to review soon because my money's going to start getting a bit tight. So I'm not going to be able to afford as many toys as I did before. But I'll still keep going and trying to record little bits and pieces. I might re-go and redo some videos, ones that when I first started off over a year ago, they weren't all that great. They weren't. Um, yeah, I don't believe they were that good. So I might go back, revisit some of them, and do a better job. I'd love for everything to be all, be as pro as some of the others and push out really good videos. But unfortunately, at the moment, I'm not as tech savvy as I once was, and just a lot of things just have left me behind, really. So, you know. But anyway, with regards to these two figures, I'm really happy with them. Really happy that I've got them now. They do look good in my collection, as you can see in the background there. I have got Castle Grayskull there, and they're the Wind Raider. I keep forgetting what they are. The Wind Raider and Castle Grayskull. And at the back there, you can see in the corner is the Castle Grayskull Sorceress. So, which is the same as the new one I've got. Just a different. It's just she's just all white, and this one's a repaint. A repaint to the original classic colours that you saw on the TV screen. So you would see her in the cartoon. She'd be that colour there as well. And I think it's a really nice figure. Articulation's the same as all the others. She is a bit delicate. She's got thinner arms. But yeah, I'm pleased with her. She does have a little bit of a difficulty standing, but once I've posed her correctly and she stands up, well. I'm waiting for another figure to come, as I said, and I will give you another review later on during the week. But I mean, in the meantime, that's all I have for now. Thanks for joining in. I will give a chat later on about my PTSD, because even though, as I said, you have treatment, you still have PTSD. You can control it. I'm managing to control mine. It just makes me a grumpy old man. I've got a lot to be grumpy about. But don't we all? Don't we all? At the end of the day, we all have our own grump things. We all have our things to rant about, and unfortunately, mine's at the moment's work, where they keep mucking me around. And I'm thankful I've got a job. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful I've got a job, and I'm thankful I'm here at the moment. So a message from a friend of mine, Bill, was great stuff, Carl. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much, Stu. Um, I'm just keeping going as I am. You know, I need to keep up the good. Well, it's not good work. It's just chatting with you on Facebook. It's just telling you how I am and how I'm dealing with life at the moment. It No one said that life was easy. A lot of people do struggle like me when they come out of the armed forces. They struggle along, but the main thing is that we all can talk to each other and treat each other with a little bit of respect. And yeah, we all get on at the end of the day. When we joined up and we joined the bands, we were um, camaraderie was that good. We formed like a brotherhood, as it were, and a sisterhood. Don't forget, because we had women in there, ladies in there as well. Um, Always here for a chat, mate. We're too far apart. Well, no, we're not really. Honiton's only just down the road, but as I said, I only work. Sometimes I work 4 days a week. Sometimes I work three, um, and it's just finding that time to meet up. It never is the right time. There's always things going on, but we will one day. We will get together. I'll make it as soon as I get any leave time from holiday. I'll make an effort, mate, and I'll try and get hold of you, and we'll meet up. It's not a problem. Yeah, so we all formed a brotherhood, and should have said not. No, it was a sort some time out. Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. We always will. Yeah, I've always got time for old friends. Well, I wouldn't say old, mate. You're not that old, really, are you? But I've always got time for friends. You know. Um, Yeah, and I look forward to meeting up with you. I haven't, to be quite honest, I've only met up with a couple of guys since I've left the band service. One lives locally in town, and I'm bumping into him every so often. I wouldn't say it was on a daily basis or a weekly basis. Last time I spoke to him was in February, and then I met him in my stall that where I worked, and I bumped in and we said hello to each other, and then realised he. I know I'm not going too much detail. He lost his mum about a month ago as well. So with him losing his mum, me losing my dad, we had that little bit of a connection there for, you know. Um, so we're more connected than what we think we are, you know. Um, but yeah, it's as I said, when you leave the armed forces, you get told when you do your leaving routine and when you do your week's worth of communicate, because you go to a centre like a rehabilitation work centre and a work placement where they give you talks and that lot saying and everything. They make out that everything's all hunky dory and everything's a bed of roses, and you can have any job you wanted, but that's not necessarily the case. When I came out, I left in 20 just on 2014, not quite on my birthday. I left a couple of months before my birthday, and it took me a good 6 months to find the first job. So when I came out, I had to sign up on the dole to keep my um, national insurance contribution going. And when you sign up, um, you need to show proof that you found a job. You're looking for a job, and while you're doing that, they pay. I think something like £5 a week to keep up your national insurance contributions. Because if you don't do that, um, you lose your NHS treatment. You lose everything. You can't get treated by the NHS. You virtually lose out. Um, so yeah, there was that to deal with, and then it turned out that my wife was earning too much money. So the fact is that I ended up coming out, and with that, you get your lump sum, your golden handshake, and after that, there's nothing. You know, um, you don't get anything at all. There's no handout. You do get your pension, but that doesn't have £600 a month's not going to go very far, is it? Um, so when you've got a mortgage and everything like that, you have to try and live on that. And I had my wife. Luckily, my wife was working full time. She helped me out until I got my first job, and then everything started working out from there. But it took a while. It took a while, and then of course with my PTSD coming out when I was working full time, I had to go to part time work because I couldn't cope with doing full time. Um, and I can do full time now, but the problem is that what we'll say is that there's nothing out there. Retail work now. You're working uh, 20 hours a week, and that's it. Most retail stores these days they make you work 20-hour shifts per week, and that's it. I mean, we're lucky it's not 0 hours contract. It's not a 0 hour contract. They don't call me up when they need me, and that's that I should be thankful for. And don't get me wrong, I am, but they only call, they give you a minimum contract of 20 hours per week, and when they're struggling, they'll have you in. Like I've been working full time for 14 months, I think. Yeah, we're working for 14 months, and then all of a sudden, just like that, the day before, no, got to stop all overtime now, and you're going back to 20 hours a week, and that's no help to anybody these days. So I did say to my manager, I said, look, if you're going to put me down to 20 hours, put me down for 3 days, so I can do the 20 hours in 3 days, so I can look for other jobs. Did they do that? No. They've put me down to work for 4 days, so I just get 3 days off. You know, but I think that's any big company now. Love stitching you up. some reason they just love stitching you up, you know. So yeah. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. My thanks to Bilvers, who took the time out to write something on my chat. It's always nice to hear from other friends who I haven't seen for quite a few years now. I mean, Bilvers, I'm sure I haven't seen for almost 8 years now, possibly even longer. You know, and it's nice to speak with him and anyone. And yeah, this chat is for anybody to just come in and say hello and and have a bit of a chat. It doesn't matter whether you're serving X7 or not. You know, um, we all know what the government's done. We all know that times are hard at the moment. So yeah, it's time we all chatted with each other. You know, which is what we need. So anyway, take care of yourselves, and I'm going to sign off now. And I'll speak again next week. Although I'll try and make it onto StreamYard again next week. So Bill has said, no problem, mate. Catch up soon, and I'll get some time to come up and see you for a good chat. Yeah, we all need a good chat. Everyone needs a good chat. Gets it out your system, and yeah, we all, you know, um, yeah, it's good to talk. Always good to talk. So yeah, uh, that's what we need to do more often. One thing I've noticed about us in general as people now is that we don't talk enough. We don't communicate with each other enough. Yes, you may have colleagues at work that you talk to and say hello to, and you have a bit of a banter, what we used to call in military banter. You have a bit of banter with them, but we don't communicate with each other enough. Now, Jubilee is a good example with the fact that I spoke to neighbours, my next door neighbours, and the people who lived over the road invited us over for a party.
I don't know that one.
Thank you, Alexa. Yeah, they invited us over the road for a party, and I met people there down our road who I've never ever met before, and it was nice to speak with them, even though I've not seen them since, for a couple of weeks now. But it's been nice to get to know them and say hello, and even a hello and how are you. I think we've lost our sense of sociability ever since lockdown, where we were kept in for over a year, almost 2 years, in fact. We've lost our ability to communicate with one another, and that's just a shame, you know. And we need to get out of being in cliques, or this clique group for this and a clique group for that, and they all end up in their little clicky groups and that. There's no need to be like that. No need for it. Just get on and get on with each other. You know, we take. It doesn't take 5 minutes of your day just to say hello to your neighbour. I say hello all the time. When I go out having a cigarette out the back garden, I always say good morning to him, ask him how he is and his wife. Don't take a couple of minutes to just find out how they are. If we all did that, life would be a little bit more bearable. But of course, we don't keep ourselves to ourselves, and the problems just get worse. We're the only ones that can do something about it. We're the only ones that can make a difference. It's up to us to make a difference. So there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you on the next one. I might do one in another couple of days and talk about socializing a little bit more and PTSD and everything else. So I will. I mean, I'm the sort of person that really don't mind talking about that. I've been through it. I've had the treatment for it. It's not as bad as everyone makes out. Some PTSD could be worse in people than others, and it comes out in all different ways. Mine was just the way it came out with me was a bit unfortunate, but at least I knew I was diagnosed with what I had, and they could do something about it. It's when other people get it, they bottle it inside, and they don't express how they're feeling. They don't talk to anybody about it. They turn to beer or alcohol, and they turn to drugs to try and get over the pain. And that's no good for anybody, not even yourselves. So yeah, there are ways and means of getting over it, and talking works. That's all stems back to talk works. You know, that's the people that I spoke to called talk works. And yeah, they're fantastic people. They listen to what you have to say, and they help. You know, and that's run through a subsidiary of the NHS. So when I said when I left the armed forces, I had help from the NHS. That is exactly what happened. I did have help from the NHS. I didn't get no help from the armed forces. I just got help from the NHS, and because I asked for it, I got it. And you need to ask. There's no point in sitting there feeling sorry for yourself. You need to ask. All right. If you don't ask, you don't get it. It's that old mantra. Anyway, take care of yourselves and each other. I'm glad you like my figures, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Cheerio.